Chelsea away, the most romantic result in West Ham history, up there. When do you how did Pellegrini break the news to you?
So it was on the Thursday, actually, and I'm not going to do a Chilean accent, but I was walking out to my car and I just heard it say, David, and I turned around and it was Pellegrini, and he just says, look, I'm not saying I'm going to start you on Saturday, but if I do, are you ready? And my stomach was doing somersaults, and I was just like, yeah, I'm ready.
You're not going to say no.
No.
I'm not ready, boss. That question.
Do you know what I mean? So, he just almost said like, okay. So I kind of had it in my mind already, and it was the goalkeeping coach who we do like pre-game clips. And he started going through Chelsea's attacking threats, and like he started off with Giroud straight away, and I was thinking, oh my god, this guy's won like the World Cup. Like I've been playing against like League One, Championship, League Two players, and so like I think, and he just looked at me and across it, and before he started, he went, David, you're in a really tough position here. Like, just do what you can. You're up against it. So I was thinking, we hadn't won in 17 years, I think it was, at Stamford Bridge. They'd lost 7 in a row. I had my own pressure, which I put on myself, which was I couldn't let my family down. I couldn't let my friends who were in the stand, I knew we were going to be in the stand there that day. I couldn't let the supporters down. I couldn't let my teammates down. I couldn't let the goalkeeping coach down. So all these things, I was sitting on the end of my bed in that hotel in Chelsea and thinking, I don't know whether I can do this. Really? At 33 years old, I've never felt pain, excruciating nerves like that, of fear of letting people down.
That's mad. It's an incredible amount of pressure, especially giving you the son of a West Ham legend.
And like what I said before, I look at like Dec, and I see Dec going into games, and he's genuinely enjoying the build-up and going into it. And I think, why is he enjoying that so much? And it took me a while to work it out. I think because he knows he's good enough to be here.
Yeah.
With me,
you had that doubt that you.
I doubted myself. I've just made the biggest mistakes. So it was only 5 or 6 months before that in my career. Before that, and I'm thinking, can I actually do this? Am I good enough to be here? Do I deserve to be here? That was what was going through my head.
That's mad,
and the build up for 3 or 4 days. I remember saying to my mum, I was like, Mum, I don't know if I can do this. And she was like, Dave, you'll be fine. My dad was the same as Dave, you'll be fine. Just go and do it. Just go and enjoy it. I was like, go and enjoy it. All right. Easier said than done.
Is it because, like, using Dec as an example, like those pressure moments slowly build up when you're a professional footballer. You get teased into games and you substitute and you slowly ingratiate yourself. And you're at 33 and you're playing in the Premier League for the first time. And not only that, you're playing at Stamford Bridge, a big rivalry. And
I randomly used to look, I think the more pressure that was on, the bigger games, like we had to win, like you're down the bottom, or an FA Cup, I used to enjoy them more.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? The nerves and the feeling of playing in like the chips are down, you've got to perform here. Like you say, putting that pressure on yourself. That's I remember playing out here against Swansea, and we were down at the bottom, and I had the game of my life out here. I think we won 1-0, and it was big. Like we got 3 points, and they probably kept us up, and I just absolutely loved it. But like it's mad. Every player is different. Yeah, every player is different. Yeah.
But at 33. I think when you're young, you always think, I'm going to get another chance. I'm 20, I'm making my Premier League debut. I'll get another, how many other Premier League games. I knew at 33, this was my last chance.
It's like a movie, this, isn't it?
And this is my club. Like in 20 years' time, am I going to be the goalkeeper that played in this game and it went well, or am I going to be the goalkeeper that everyone remembers for messing up? Everyone kept on saying to me, anyone can do better than Roberto. I said, no, like, do you know what I mean? If this doesn't go well, this is the rest of my life that I've got to.
Do you think the boys in the team that day realised that you were that nervous and it meant that much to you? Because we spoke about it earlier on, the boys were brilliant, you were brilliant, but the boys in front of you were brilliant that night.
Honestly, they were warriors, like gladiators in front of me. Like, and they, had thrown their bodies on the line. And for me, we were the better team. Like, we should have been 2-3-0 up. Mick had a few chances. I think Felipe had one. But Angelo in front of me, Fabian in front of me were just literally heading everything away, blocking everything. Obviously, Cress getting up. Cress for 7 games, he scored the goal, didn't he? Yeah. he was like literally on the touch, cutting in on his right foot. Can you believe it? On his right
on
foot.
his right foot.
Yeah,
so
bends it into the far corner. Yeah, and he takes the mick out of me, saying, "God, it's all about you in it." Like I said, I scored a winning goal, and listen, and like, you know, obviously we just have like a lot of fun with Cress and stuff. But they all knew. I mean, I remember Nobes, even before the game. Like I think I felt, you know what I said about the nerves, until 5 minutes before I walked out. And then you walk out, and all these fireworks are going off, and that, and
then you're in it. Then,
and you're thinking, right, it's another game of football.
Yeah.
But what else settled me down was I walked to the goal, and that's when it started. I heard that chant of my name, for the first time, and obviously I get goosebumps now thinking about it. And what they did for me that day, like I could never repay them. Like they got me through that game, and the whole game they were singing my name because they wanted me to do so well. And Nobes ended up, like, obviously I'd go down to one knee on my line, and I say a little prayer. And as I looked up, I see Nobes, he was walking towards me.
Is that a good thing?
Yeah, I know.
Having a little moment, and you see Nobes walking towards you.
And you never know what you're going to get with Nobes, isn't it? And he just put his arm around me. He said, "Dave, whatever happens now, you're a Premier League goalkeeper.
Yeah, brilliant.
So whatever you do, don't F it up." So a little smile, little joke, and just settled me down a little bit.
I know exactly where he's got that from.
Yeah.
Wally Downs, that's from.
Really?
Yeah. I remember going on sub with Wally Downs, similar sort of thing. We'd be winning in it. He's always do that terrible substitution. You know, you're winning 1-0, stick a centre half on last 5 minutes. Nothing ever comes from it. If you draw, it's your fault. You've gone on centre half. So it'd be 1-0 up, say at Upton Park. Wally Downs would put his arm around my shoulder and go, "Right, Ginge, whatever you do, don't fuck this up," basically. And that was it. On you go. And that's where Nobes has got it from. Brilliant.
So did the nerves start fading once your game started?
5 minutes, like I said, when I started hearing my name, and you know, that feeling of thinking, right, it's just another game of football. And you get your first few touches, and I was lucky that like Mason Mount, he put a cross in, and it was like quite a really nice cross to come and get, and I come and took it. And then it was like a save where I think Kovacic come inside, he hit one, it bounced just in front of me, and it kind of ricocheted down. I was thinking, oh, and then I seen Giroud, and literally I pooed my pants. He was running in. I managed to get up, stick my leg out, make a block, and then there was someone else running in. I'm diving, and the biggest cheer I got,
brilliant,
right from the whole day, was from behind, because I said I could just feel they wanted me to do so well. Half time came, and I remember walking in, and you know the press box at Chelsea, it's just behind the dugout. And I said, "Dad, that's where Dad always sits." And he was there, and he looked white.
Did he?
He looked like he was in pain, like almost. And I can only imagine, like, because I obviously when I watch Joe play, I feel the same, like, because I want him to do so well, and he knew what a big moment it was for me. And that all them emotions, like I said, and the second half was almost like a blur. And again, I didn't really have loads to do.
I can imagine your dad was he would probably be more nervous than you, and being in the stand, being next, he knows he can't affect the game, and watching you, not wanting you to make a mistake. Obviously, it must have been.
When I was on the pitch, that's
painful.
when I felt like in control, and him being in the stands, he was not in control. You know, over everything. And like I said, the goalkeeper takes one moment. You can have a really good game, and one moment can kind of all come tumbling down. And I remember that I've got the image in my head of John Moss was the referee. He's not my favourite referee, I've got to say.
I don't think he's anyone's favourite referee.
This day it was. And I see him, he obviously put the whistle to his lips, and he blew the whistle, and I just see Nobes go, "Yes!" And that was the moment that I realised I've been a part of a team that just kept a clean sheet at Stamford Bridge. After the run that we've just been on, I hadn't let my family down. I hadn't let, you know, the supporters down. I hadn't let my teammates down. And I just dropped to my knees. I didn't know what else to do. And obviously it's so emotional. And it felt within 2 seconds that I had like 10 players around me, like picking me up. And I think they knew leading up to the game how much that one moment would mean to me. And I'll be forever grateful to all them players for that day, the way they performed in front of me and gave me a chance of being a part of that day.
Incredible.
So it's like the end of Rocky. You know, like you're running up in the stands, hugging your dad and the players there. It's like I can almost hear the Rocky theme in the background. It's such an incredible story. Like, it needs to be a movie made about it.